In this video, we present Fuzzy Spreadsheet, a technique that augments spreadsheets with in-cell visualizations for understanding and exploring uncertain information. We demonstrate the technique with a conference budget spreadsheet. The table consists of revenues, including sponsorship money and registration fees, and expenses, including costs for the venue, technical support, and catering. The balance is calculated as the revenue minus the expenses. Past years, in this case the year 2019 and 2020, already happened and are therefore certain values. The future values for the year 2021 are uncertain with a given standard deviation and likelihood. To keep a financial buffer, the conference organizers target a slightly positive balance. This is where Fuzzy Spreadsheet comes into play. We demonstrate Fuzzy Spreadsheet for the scenario that the conference takes place virtually. Therefore, a new planning has to be carried out. We activate Fuzzy Spreadsheet as an extension to Microsoft Excel. The Initialize button triggers the parsing and sampling of the spreadsheet. To explore which cells influence the balance, we mark the balance as the reference cell. We now get the full overview of all available in-cell encodings. At the top, we can distinguish between cells that influence our reference cell and cells that are influenced by our reference cell. We first investigate which cells influence the reference cell. We further can set the degree of neighborhood for which we want to display visualizations. 0 degree, indicated in orange, means that only the reference cell is augmented. Selecting a degree of 2 adds these diamond glyphs to all the cells that influence the balance up to that degree. The color of the glyph helps us to identify the degree of neighborhood. The darker the color, the closer the cell is to the reference cell. In our example, total revenue and total expenses are first-degree neighbors. The individual revenues and expenses are second-degree neighbors. For our scenario, let's change the neighborhood degree back to 1 to inspect high-level changes. To analyze the probability of expenses, we activate the distribution option. We see a histogram in our side panel and a heat map encoding within the cells of interest. When taking a closer look at the computed mean and standard deviation values, we see that the balance is negative, which is not our intention. To fix this, we need to assess the impact and the expenses on the balance by activating Impact in the side panel. The colored squares show the impact for the first-degree neighbors influencing our balance. A red square implies a negative impact, and a blue square a positive impact on the balance. Next, we activate the likelihood option. The size of the square changes proportionally with the likelihood. The larger the square, the higher the likelihood. In order to track changes in the budget planning, we start the what-if analysis, which preserves our initial planning as well. We reduce the expenses for venue and catering to 0, and also expect higher technical expenses. Therefore, we increase the technical support to 10,000 euros. Without local advertising and due to no venue and catering costs, the sponsors cut their contribution by half, but they agreed to commit with a higher certainty and likelihood. To reflect this, we reduce the values of the sponsoring to its half and reduce the standard deviation to 100. We now obtain a more reliable range for the balance. We analyze this range in the side panel. The computed new mean value is 7.47 and the standard deviation is 6.76. The spread is reduced in the pink heat map as well as in the histogram. By hovering a bar, we see that the probability of the balance lying between 4 and 6,000 euros is at 3%. We can continue making adjustments until we get a reliable range. In summary, we demonstrated in this video how Fuzzy Spreadsheet helps to understand and explore uncertain information in spreadsheets. Thank you for watching our video. A demo version of Fuzzy Spreadsheet is available at jku-icg.github.io/fuzzy-spreadsheet.